Zero posted this. Hey, now this is a topic. Sheesh. I have opinions about the Zero drama. Much opinions about the Zero drama, actually. So for those of you that are unaware, Zero was a member of the Smash community. And there were crazy allegations about a year and a half ago that popped out about how a lot of people in the Smash community were like pedophiles and stuff. Now, the allegations against Zero were not nearly as intense as the allegations against many of the people, but Zero himself apologized. He corroborated some of them, and he then left the internet for a while. This is his response to these allegations that happened about a year and a half ago. Appears he is back. Now, I have inside info on this whole thing because I have actually been in contact with Zero over the last year and a half. This is, by the way, coming out at the same time as someone else that made a video basically exonerating a lot of the claims against Zero. So let's see what he has to say.
Hey everyone, it's been a long time since I've talked to you guys on this channel. As you may have heard, I was involved in some big allegations as of last year, and since then I have not uploaded to this channel. I have taken a break from social media and I pretty much just up and disappear. In this video, I want to clear the air about that and what the next steps are for this channel and me in general.
Just saying, this man lost like 70,000 subs over the last year. He hasn't posted anything at all, and because like he got absolutely obliterated by the community, and then like I've been saying for a long time, cancel culture is all in your head, and if you get canceled, the only person that could cancel you is you. This man took it really hard, because a lot of people were really against him, and most of the things that were claimed against him he did not do. I personally, being the chaotic benevolent overlord that I am, I really don't like seeing people in bad mental states. Now, even though I don't know, obviously, all the inner workings of what's been going on with a lot of people, I knew Zero before this went down, and he attempted suicide several times over the last few months. So I've kept in contact with him just because that should not happen to anybody. No one should be in that place, ever. And it's really sad. So anyway, I don't have like a take as far as what actually happened because I was not there, but I do know that I did keep in contact with him this whole time, and it was kind of messed up that no one else did. Like, not no one obviously, but a lot of people didn't. He does not deserve the hate to the extent that he got. It's tragic. Anyway.
To start off, you probably heard of all of this from a document made by Jisoo, which was then later spread by multiple media outlets. This document contains a very large amount of lies, falsehoods, big exaggerations, and honestly, it is nothing more than a piece to assassinate my character and ruin my image to the general public. There is a lot to go over, but the easiest and best way to learn the truth is to watch these two videos made by Technicals, with one of them actually being released today. Technicals did extensive research for half a year to really dig the truth, interviewed many people, gathered so much evidence, and honestly, he put two pieces together that could explain what really happened better than I could with my own words. You will absolutely want to watch both of these videos fully to really learn the truth, see how everything happened, who is involved, and really just see how it all came to be.
So I did watch both of these videos, and there were a lot of facts present. And while he didn't disprove everything in the allegation department, the situation is not nearly as bad as the community took it out on this guy. Like, not even close. Like, as far as canceled people have been canceled for worse and are still thriving.
I've added links to both of these videos down below. A common misconception is that I have been framed as a liar and that I lied in all of my Twitter statements. This is not true. You can see this evidence in more detail in Technical's video. The reason I seem to switch stances is simply because at the time I did not have proper evidence, witnesses that came forward later, and I just did not have the full picture in front of me. I also lost a lot of faith in if the public will actually believe my side of the story, seeing how vicious people were during that period of time.
So I could actually, I guess I should wait a little longer, but I can corroborate that to a certain degree. Like, when I talked to him a while back, like after this happened, he was saying, I'm never coming back online. I'm hated by the world, and there's no hope, and I can't do it. And I said, no, you could definitely do it. You still have a large audience and stuff like that. But this is definitely, like, a lot of people claim the I was in a dark place excuse, but that's not even what he's saying here. This is why he didn't respond well to it originally, and that is true.
At the time, I pretty much only had my word and memory to defend myself I figure it will be a lot easier to just apologize than to fight it. Obviously, now that I put it that way, I made a tremendous mistake. You have also probably heard of a so-called confession from my part. Simply put, this document is nothing more than a suicide letter that I wrote during a tremendous mental breakdown.
So again, this man made an apology to some of the allegations, corroborating them and saying they were true. And now again, he's saying that he's not sure if they were true as much, which definitely does look like a take backsies. Now, to say that it wasn't true because I wrote it like a suicide letter because I was in a dark place, that's not normally an answer that will satisfy me. That said, I do know for a fact that he did attempt suicide multiple times over the last few months. Like, talking to him, it's not a hoax. Like, sometimes the I'm in a dark place excuse is a hoax. This time it ain't, bro. It ain't.
I had fully planned to take my life right after posting that document because I pretty much lost all faith in that scenario. Seeing so many of my close friends deciding to take the situation, to throw me under the bus for personal gain, seeing how people were reacting in general, and me just feeling like I could not defend myself properly, pretty much took the last bit of hope that I had left, and I decided not just to give up, but to sabotage myself on purpose. If you have been watching my content for years now, it should be no surprise that I have been rather open about my mental struggles and depression in general. This is not my first fight with suicide, and for a long time, I have been really struggling with that line. But after taking time to reflect and think properly and review all of the evidence that came forward later on, I realized this was a big plot to assassinate my character and just destroy my life. Since then, I have retained legal counsel to take the necessary steps to deal with this scenario, and I'm also in the middle of a lawsuit with some of the involved parties in this case. This case is also more complicated than other cases because there's a lot of people involved. Some of the parties are completely anonymous, and this all makes taking the right steps extremely difficult. I am doing my best, but it is not easy. Now, I need to make this very clear.
When he says not easy, it's twofold. Like, on the one hand, there's the legal side of it, things you can't say and things you have to do legally. And then on the other side, there's the mental stress side. That's really what was holding him back from coming back this whole time. Having spoken to the guy, that was his number one biggest boundary. And I'm honestly not exonerating anything because I don't know the situation personally. From a mental health space, this man has been blasted way harder than he deserved for the actual factual things that people claim he done. You know? What this man went through over the last year was like a tragedy, an actual tragedy.
To everybody watching this video, I have never received explicit images from any underage individual. I have never sent explicit images to any underage individual. I have never made travel arrangements with ulterior motives with any underage individual. I have never been touched or touched in any shape or form any underage individual. And I have never had conversations with only the intention to groom an underage individual or take advantage of them. Anything you may have heard or seen that suggests otherwise is a lie. Moving forward, I will not be addressing this topic publicly anymore, and I will let my legal team address anything that may surface from this topic. I am not putting myself out there for the game of social media allegations anymore. If you hear or see anything that may come up about this case in general, it is safe to assume that my team is taking care of it, but behind the scenes, not publicly. In terms of the future of this channel, I will be returning to make content. This will be in the form of Smash Bros videos or variety content as I was making before. I do not represent a danger or harm to anybody, and I do have the right to utilize my platforms and make the content that I want to make.
Again, another thing that's worth noting, all the allegations against him were over like 6 years old. Like, this man had a squeaky clean record for 6 years, and a lot of what was said about him was clearly fabricated. So if you were gonna make things up, if you needed to work that hard to make things up, you could have come up with something in the last 6 years that he did, right?
Obviously, some things will be different as some things cannot be repaired from this scenario, but my passion has always been to make quality content and to entertain people and make videos in general. And I feel like I can do all of that while staying in my lane and living my life. People have the choice, not the obligation, to watch or support my content if they wish to do so. But I do hope that those of you guys that are interested in watching my content again, give it a chance. I understand very well I am not fault-free here and I've made mistakes, but those mistakes do not represent the person I am today or the person I want to be moving forward. Change and reflection already happened many years ago, and I am a completely different person than when I was 19 years of age. Today, I'm married. I'm about to be 27.
By the way, this man's wife is an angel. I'm just saying, she saved his life. Like, without her, I don't think he would be alive today.
I want to start a family. I want to support the people that have been good to me, that are close to me. I want to entertain people. I want to chase my passion of creating content and making people laugh. And I just want to live my life. And that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. Content will resume tomorrow as of 10 a.m. EST as it was before. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys around. Thank you.
Again, this was a very well put together response video. Like a really well put together response video. And it must have been very hard to make, but it was really well put together. This is a bit of a yikers situation. And again, I don't know all the facts or all the stories, so this isn't like an exoneration thing on my part. But bro, mental health is so not a joke. It is so not a joke, and it hurts so badly to see people in trouble. By the way, funny story, I collabed with this guy on a video on my channel a few weeks before he got canceled, and everyone that collabed with him at the time, they all took their videos down, and I didn't take my video down, and people were flaming me that I still have that video up to this day. We reacted to like the greatest fights in hentai or something, and people were blasting me that I didn't take that video down. But I didn't want to take the video down, to be honest. I didn't want to take it down for multiple reasons. I don't like the two-facedness of, on the one hand, reaching out to Zero and making sure he's okay, but hey, publicly, I'm staying away from you, ha ha ha. Yeah, this is a horrible situation, all in all. And I am glad that mentally he is in a better place than he was over the last year. Anyway, that's a thing that happened. Sheesh. Like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch. Stay weird, fam.